Flooding attack, countermeasures of flooding attack, key distribution and management, key management, key distribution approaches. Flooding attack and its countermeasures. Many protocols require nodes to broadcast hello packets to announce themselves to their neighbors, and a node receiving such a packet may assume that it is within normal radio range of the sender as seen in the figure. This assumption may be false. A laptop class attacker broadcasting routing or other information with large enough transmission power could convince every node in the network that the adversary is its neighborhood. For example, an adversary advertising a very high quality route to the base station to every node in the network could cause a large number of nodes to attempt to use this route, but those nodes sufficiently far away from the adversary would be sending packets into oblivion. The network is left into a state of confusion. Countermeasures of flooding attack. Using secret key method. In multi-path, multi-base station data forwarding technique, each sensor node maintains number of different secret keys in a multiple tree. Sensor node can forward its sensed data to multiple routes by using these secrets. There are multiple base stations in the network that have control over specific nodes, number of nodes, and also there are common means of communicating among base stations. Each base station has all the secrets that are shared by the sensor nodes covered by it according to the key assignment protocol. Using threshold method. A threshold-based solution is used to defend against flooding attack in wireless sensor network. The mobile nodes use a threshold value to check whether its neighbors are intruders or not. When the number of route request packet broadcasted by node exceeds the predefined threshold value, it is treated as an intruder and the node stops providing its services to the intruder. Key distribution and management. They are classified into key management and key distribution approaches, which are furthermore classified to symmetric key algorithm, asymmetric algorithm, key pre-distribution, pairwise key generation, key transport, and the last one, key agreement. Key management. Cryptography is one of the most common and reliable means to ensure security. It is the study of the principles, techniques, and algorithms by which information is transformed into disguised version which no unauthorized person can read, but which can be recovered in its original form by an intended recipient. In cryptography, the original information to be sent from one person to another is called plain text. The plain text is converted into ciphertext by the process of encryption, that is, the application of certain algorithms or functions. An authenticate receiver can decrypt or decode the ciphertext back into plain text by the process of decryption. The process of encryption and decryption are governed by keys, which are small amount of information used by the cryptographic algorithm. When the key is used to be kept secret to ensure the security of a system, it is called secret key. The secure administration of cryptographic key is called key management. The four main goals of cryptography are confidentiality, integrity, authentication, that is, the receiver should be able to identify the sender and verify that the message actually came from the sender. And non-repudiation. There are two major kinds of cryptographic algorithm. Symmetric key algorithm, which use the same key for encryption and decryption, and asymmetric key algorithms, which use two different keys for encryption and decryption. Symmetric key algorithms are usually faster to execute electronically but require a secret key to be shared between the sender and the receiver. If the same key is used among more than two parties, a breach of security at any one point makes the whole system vulnerable. The asymmetric key algorithms are based on some mathematical principles which make it infeasible or impossible to obtain one key from another. Therefore, one of the keys can be made public while the other is kept secret or private. This is called public key cryptography. Symmetric key algorithms. Symmetric key algorithms rely on the presence of the shared key at both the sender and receiver, which have been exchanged by some previous arrangement. There are two kinds of asymmetric key algorithm, one involving block ciphers and other stream ciphers. A block cipher is an encryption scheme in which the plain text is broken into fixed length segments called blocks, and the blocks are encrypted one at a time. The simplest example includes substitution and transposition. In substitution, each alphabet of the plain text is substituted by another in the ciphertext, and this table mapping the original and the substituted alphabet is available both at sender and receiver. A transposition cipher permutates the alphabet in the plain text to produce ciphertext. The figure illustrates the encryption using substitution, and the figure B shows the transposition cipher. The block length used is 5. A stream cipher is a symmetric key cipher where plain text digits are combined with the pseudo-random cipher digit stream. In a stream cipher, each plain text digit is encrypted one at a time with the corresponding digits of the key stream to give an digit of the ciphertext stream. One of the simplest stream cipher is the Varnam cipher, which uses a key of same length as the plain text for encryption. For example, if the plain text is the binary string 100101000 and the key is 01011001, then the encrypted string is given by XOR of the plain text and key to be 11001101. The plain text is again recovered by XOR the ciphertext with the same key. If the key is randomly chosen, transported security to the receiver and used for only one communication, this forms the one-time pad which has been proven to be the most secure of all cryptographic systems. Asymmetric key algorithm. Asymmetric key, which is also known as public key algorithm, use different keys at the sender and receiver ends from encryption and decryption respectively. Let the encryption process be represented by a function E and decryption process by D. Then the plain text M is transformed into ciphertext C at C is E of M. The receiver then decodes C by applying D. Hence, D is such that M is equal to D of C, which is equal to D into E into M. When this asymmetric key concept is used in public key algorithm, the key E is made public, but D is private. known only by the intended receiver. Anyone who wishes to send a message to this receiver encrypts it using E. Though C can be overheard by adversaries, the function E is based on computationally difficult mathematical problem such as the factorization of large prime numbers. Hence, it is not possible for adversaries to drive D given E. Only the receiver can decrypt C using private key D. A very popular example of public key cryptography is the RSA system developed by Rivers, Shamir and Adleman (RSA), which is based on the integer factorization problem. Digital signatures schemes are also based on public key encryption. In these schemes, the function E and D are chosen such that D of E of M is equal to E of D of M, which is equal to M for any message M. These are called reversible public key system. In this case, the person who wishes to sign a document encrypts it using his or her private key D, which is only known by him or her. Anybody who wants to know his or her public key E can decrypt it and obtain the original document if it has been signed by the corresponding sender. Key distribution approaches. The primary goal of distribution is to share a secret key among a specified set of participants. There are several methods that can be employed to perform this operation, all of them requiring varying amounts of initial configuration, communication, and computation. The main approaches is to key distribution are key pre-distribution, pairwise key generation, key transport, and key agreement. Key pre-distribution. The key pre-distribution, as the name suggests, involves distributing keys to all the interested parties before the start of communication. This method involves much less communication and computation, but all participants must be known a priori during the initial configuration. Once deployed, there is no mechanism to include new members in the group or to change the key. As an improvement over the basic pre-distribution scheme, subgroups may be formed within the group and some communication can be restricted to a subgroup. However, the formation of subgroup is also called as priori decision with no flexibility during the operation. Pairwise key generation. In wireless sensor network, if it is known which node will be in the same neighborhood before deployment, pairwise keys can be established between these nodes a priori. Any pair of nodes can use this master secret key to achieve key agreement. Key transport. In key transport system, one of the communicating entities generates keys and transport them to the other members. The simplest scheme assumes that a shared key already exists among the participating members. This prior shared key is used to encrypt a new key and is transmitted to all corresponding nodes. Only those nodes which have the same key or the shared key can decrypt it. This is called the key encrypting key (KEK) method. However, the existence of prior key cannot always be assumed. If the public key infrastructure, that is PKI, is present, the key can be encrypted with each participant's public key and be transported to it. Key agreement. Most key agreement schemes are based on asymmetric key algorithms. They are used when two or more people want to agree upon a secret key which will be then used by further communication. Key agreement protocols are used to establish a secure content over which a session can run, starting with many parties who wish to communicate and an insecure channel. In group key agreement scheme, each participant contributes a part to the secret key. These need the least amount of pre-configuration, but such schemes have high computational complexity. The most key agreement schemes use the Diffie-Hellman exchange, a asymmetric key algorithm based on discrete algorithms.